What it do, what it do, what it do. You are listening to your number one crew, the triumphant trio of Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast. This is your boy OTR Mic Drop, aka Wednesday Night Mic Drop, and we keep it popping.
Okay. What's good? My light almost fell on me, but you know, I'm back from vacation, so I'm struggling a little bit. But this is your boy Jay, aka Rant Jay, aka yes, I'm back to part-time Jay.
Straight from the main strip of Myrtle Beach.
There you go.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is your man Trey, aka Treyway, aka OTR Trey, aka Wednesday Night Trey. And yes, your TV is not deceiving you. The trio is back together. And then, some quick notes. This is not quick hits. This is just some quick notes. I have been pleasantly surprised by the reaction or that we have gotten from the last watch party. That video is currently at 346 views. That by far clears all of our previous videos. So really appreciate everybody for tuning in. That was a 4-hour, 31 minute, 18-second stream on Sunday.
Hey, Trey, you're working hard over there, man. You're working hard over there.
And then we gonna get into this. Yo, screw WWE, because why did y'all put y'all shit on at the same time as AEW? Do y'all know how hard it was trying to do two shows at the same time?
Come on, man. You got like 4 TVs over there. You good?
And a laptop and a
man. You got too much shit running. It start making your stuff run slow. You got too much shit running. But yeah, man. Yo, WWE, man, we're gonna have to talk. Cause y'all pulling the same shit in July. We're gonna talk about that.
It's back to competition, man. Back to competition.
I thought AEW wasn't competition. Shit.
I was talking to one of my coworkers, and he's an avid, wrestler watcher. And we were discussing, it was like, this is like AEW's road to their own like type of WrestleMania, like to one of their big fours. So
I think All In is the biggest one.
Yeah, and WWE, like, they're on their steady pace, while AEW is at their transition pace to their big show. So it's just funny. Like, this is when the rivalry really starts to pick up. And
you know what?
And I'm just like, let AEW have quarterly.
You know what? Since we on this topic, fuck doing the recap. We're gonna go to the second topic. Once again, WWE is scheduling a PLE the same time as AEW is putting on one of their biggest events. So we had already started. So let's get to the real root of this.
Yeah, I threw.
And
I
it's
threw
only NXT. And it's only NXT, because what they're doing is they're booking Saturday Night Main Event. So what's gonna happen? Yeah, Saturday Night Main Event, and they're doing their NXT PLEs at either the same day, so either earlier at the same time, or the day before AEW runs one of their big shows.
They're throwing the swerve. Hey. No point intended.
Nah, fuck that. Because what did you see what Tony Khan said about it?
No.
Damn it! I had the video. Well, y'all talk amongst yourselves while I find it.
All I'm gonna say is this: that's some gangster shit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, now it's gangster.
How you reschedule your whole like scheduling timeline to fit, and they know. See, WWE think they smart. They pulled the trigger, right? First of all, they bought AAA. That was the first strike, right? Yep. That was them putting the clip in, right? And then they had Trick do the unthinkable. Now you done cocked it back. You already know.
They pulled the trigger with scheduling the PLEs on the Saturday night.
Nah, they had to take the safety off with scheduling. So they got another purchase. They got another purchase that's coming, and that's gonna be the first shot.
Okay.
The first shot, right? I know what the last shot is going to be, but I'm gonna say that for later.
Yeah, I don't like it, but it's mostly just because it's for selfish reasons. It's just
Yeah,
hard to try to do. It's just
yeah,
hard to try to
because
do
you
both at the same time.
is that the only reason?
That's really the only reason. Honestly, I can really give a damn because, like you said, when there's a will, there's a way. You can find a way to watch both at the same time. So
Yeah,
I'm not mad at that, but but the thing is, I'm not loyal to one brand over the other, so I will make it a point to try to watch both. WWE is banking that their fan base, even if they are a little into AEW, are going to watch their stuff over watching AEW. The only thing that AEW has going for it is that their pay-per-views last 7 hours. So you can watch the whole WWE one and then still see the second half of AEW.
I'm not gonna say I'm loyal to one brand. I'm gonna just say AEW is trash.
Well, if you watch Double or Nothing, you wouldn't think that because that was a great show.
Okay.
That was a great show. Oh yeah, this is what Tony Khan said. I finally found it. Okay, so he said it's pretty consistent. Tony Khan said of the counter programming strategy by WWE. I'd say it's the most consistent event head-to-head scheduling I've seen since Jim Crockett Promotions. So a lot of scheduling went that way. I can tell you this will go a lot differently than that did. So for background, people that don't know, Jim Crockett Promotions competed with Vince McMahon and WWE for a while, but eventually sold to Ted Turner as they were on the brink of bankruptcy. So I guess that's what he means. Like, y'all ain't gonna put us out of business by running y'all shows at the same time. I guess that's what he's kind of.
First of all, let's get something straight. Okay, let's make sure that we get an understanding and we really sum this up. All right, WWE is putting Saturday Night Main Event and NXT up against AEW. That's not an effort. Let's be real, okay? If they decide to put like Money in the Bank up, or they decide to put up another one of their, they would blow AEW out. They would blow them out of the water. Like,
go ahead
no
to hit. Knowing that SummerSlam is 2 nights now, like put one of those up against one of their big fours up against Double or Nothing, All In, All Out.
I'm gonna tell you like this:
I'm not favoring.
If you put like one of their most trash pay-per-views they ever have, Crown Jewel, and you put that up against AEW on the same night, I guarantee you Crown Jewel's getting more views than whatever AEW's doing.
I can't guarantee that. And the reason why I can't is because maybe they're testing the waters with their lower programming to see how it fares. Because if you just going to do it, then you might as well just do it. What you pussyfooting around for?
Because they're not worth the time.
It is worth the time, clearly, because you're doing it. You're putting 2 shows on.
Well, this is the main thing, right? It's like that AEW's viewership is always going to be low. First of all, they use. Sorry, y'all. They don't have their shows on high volume arenas or coliseums, right? So that's first. That's the first take. Yeah, because they couldn't fill it. That's the first take.
Ain't nothing wrong with the Bojangles Coliseum, bro.
No, I'm not saying that. That's good for us. But the Bojangles in Texas, that's a downgrade. The Bojangles in Florida, that's a downgrade. Or the Dave's Hot Chicken in Florida, the Dave's Hot Chicken Arena in Florida is a downgrade.
Stop
it. You got Aretha Franklin's restaurant that WWE has sole proprietorship over, and then you got Lil Ricky's Chicken and Waffles in Atlanta that AEW has their shows. Hey man, you get what I'm saying?
Lil Ricky's might be better than Aretha Franklin.
It might taste good, but which one is going to be the more volume for quality?
I feel like they would get more views if they were wrestling in high school gyms than they do now.
Oh shit, Jay! Damn.
and then Jay gets upset when I just assume that he doesn't watch AEW, but then he makes comments like this.
I mean,
just saying.
So where's my hold on? Damn, I can't let that go unchecked. Where's my damn gunshot?
Like Truth said, AEW has a very, I'm about to butcher this niche, right? I was about to say niche market.
I mean, you can pronounce it niche or niche either way.
Niche. So yes, their market is low. I don't know how you can have a low market when the owner is a billionaire. But this is the biggest thing.
Because their product is trash.
I was just about having the money doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get the people that you want. Yeah, and you got to look at the product because you're right. Truth. WWE they market to a wider audience because of the way that their style is. AEW is like it's like WCW, ECW had a baby.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
Well, here's the thing. Like, if you really want to compare it, okay, this is the way I see it, okay? WWE is in that what I call Michael Jackson phase. He's an international star, right? No matter where Michael Jackson goes to perform, if he goes overseas, he got women passing out, you know, they call in the paramedics and all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. That's what WWE is. AEW is more like...
Don't you say it. Don't you say it. Don't you say it. Don't you say it. Say it.
I'm trying to think of it. I want to say more like Limp Bizkit, ZZ Top, like you know what I mean?
AEW Dynamite is on right now.
like I honestly thought you was about to say like, all right. I mean, if you were going to compare the two within the same, you said Michael Jackson, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so fair to say AEW is the Chris Brown.
No, because Chris Brown is still international, so no.
Not anymore.
AEW is international. They've had all in twice in London.
And guess what? When you go international, shit fucks up. As you see, they went international, had a small ass ring.
Exactly. I was about to say you saw what happened.
They sold out Wembley Stadium.
They did.
That wasn't the small ring.
No, it wasn't.
That was when they went to Australia. Is when they had that small ass ring.
Yeah.
But
their international is more like Flow Rider. Let's put it like that, okay?
Hey, Flow Rider get checks internationally. We ain't doing that.
As y'all can see, I've been going for a while, so I have to bring myself back.
But their viewership went low.
Okay, all right. Not Flow Rider, more like Pitbull. All right, there we go.
Let's get checks too. All right, so let's get to, since we're talking about AEW, let's get to the Double or Nothing reaction. So, Jay, you're not in this because I asked you to send your predictions and you never did, sir.
I'm sorry, sir. I was busy.
I understand. So we both got Ricochet over Mark Briscoe in the stretcher match, which is pretty much just their version of an ambulance match.
Mm-hmm.
At first, I was like, how do you win this? Do you just put him on the stretcher and then like strap him up? But you had to put him in the stretcher and then put him in the ambulance and then close the door. So it's their version of an ambulance match.
Yep.
So we both got that right. We both got FTR beating McGuinness and Daniel Garcia. We both got that right. We both got the Hurt Syndicate beating the Sons of Texas.
Mm-hmm.
We both got Tony Storm, so we 4-for-4 right now. Both got Tony Storm beating Mina.
And I know which one.
But then Mercedes and Jamie Hayter. Now they started the show, and they actually put on a really good match. And it looked like Mercedes was about to take the L, but she ended up pulling it off, and she ended up winning. So I got that one, and you didn't. And we're just going off the matches that we were actually made aware of, because Okada beat Speedball and Paragon, so they're not Undisputed Kingdom anymore. They're Paragon, and they beat they lost to the Don Callis family.
Just to let you know, that's an awful name.
What?
Like
Paragon?
Speedball.
Oh, Speedball.
That's an awful name.
All right,
continue.
Now,
you would think he was fat, right?
Well, with his name like Speedball, you think he's fast?
No, with a name like that, you would think that he's a fast, fat man, but he's not.
Now, I know y'all have seen the clips going around of this Anarchy in the Arena match.
Yes.
All right. So my initial reaction watching this, I was like, okay, everybody coming out, Swerve looked like the Predator, but then Master Shredder at the same time. I didn't know what was going on with him.
He was definitely Predator.
But then he looked like Master Shredder too. Then when the Bucks come out, I'm like, what the hell is this? They come out to this
George Washington
founding fathers thing because they're the founding fathers of AEW.
Yeah.
Oh, Kenny is Captain America. But then because they come out last, or no, they come out last. I think the Death Riders came out first, and everybody was wondering where the hell Samoa Joe was because he didn't come out with everybody else. So when they start, they're still playing the Bucks music as the match is starting, but then Kenny says, "Screw that!" They start playing "I'm so excited and I just can't hide it." Then Kenny says, "Screw that," and they start playing "Let the Bodies Hit the Floor" for about 30 minutes.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna flex though. That shit was hard because Swerve jumped out the ring, did a moonsault, and as soon as that shit started screaming, and the crowd was going crazy. So I was like, okay, I ain't mad at this.
The crowd literally sung that junk for 30 minutes.
It was throwing me off because I've never seen a match where they are literally playing music the entire time.
Yeah.
But then Claudio swung Swerve into the speaker and the music cut off.
Hey, true stupid for that.
Kenny being Captain America, given he's Canadian. Exactly. Hook came out to help the ops, but I guess he's beefing with Samoa Joe because he beat up, I forgot who it was, with a golf club, and then he walked away. Then Gabe Kidd came out to help the Death Riders.
Yeah.
But in the end, Swerve put on the spike shoes, the thumbtack shoes, and did a stomp on one of the Jacksons, and Team Ops won.
I probably would say one of the funniest moments is all the staple shots that he did.
Oh my God.
Like he was going crazy with the staple, and then he got his tongue stapled.
And then he stapled one of the Bucks in the nuts.
Yeah.
I will say this about AEW, good or bad, they are not afraid to make fun of themselves. Because some of that shit just don't make sense.
It doesn't.
But it's a good crowd experience because for a 5-hour show, the crowd was live the entire time.
Yeah.
Now, we got to get to what a lot of people are calling a classic match, and I have to agree. This Will Ospreay versus Hangman match, I'm not gonna lie, I was mad at it not because of the match. I was just mad that the fucking Paragon and Don Callis family had a match. So then this show was gonna end at midnight, 12:30, which it did. So I was just like, can this match end? Even though I was loving what I was seeing, I was ready for the shit to be over because I was
tired. I definitely picked Will. I think I picked Will Ospreay, right?
Yes, you did, and I picked Hangman.
And I was definitely. It made sense, but I wasn't satisfied with that.
Well, they said that reports are that both Ospreay and Hangman were both lobbying for the other to win the match. And I will say, I was watching the whole time, if you go back and watch the stream, I kept saying, yo, to put down Will Ospreay, you got to shoot or stab him.
Yeah.
Like, he kicks out of everything. Like, you have to honestly try to murder him to win.
Yeah. Like I said before, his moveset is like no other. Yeah, it's
then
like
he started incorporating Kenny's into it.
Yeah, like he was doing everything.
But I will say, no matter what Logan Paul does, it's only one buckshot lariat, and it belongs to Hangman.
Yeah, because and it's weird, bro. Like, because when Logan Paul does it,
he's too lean. He's too lean.
Yeah, and it has like he stalls after he flips. It's like, whew, I made it, and then a clothesline. You know what I'm saying? It's not as fluent.
It's his version.
You know, he tore his knee up. He tore his knee up before, so he probably scared to do it.
I said that's his version of it, though. You know, you can't make it exactly like the other person's.
No bullshit. It's I landed it. then clothesline.
No, it's more like my knee didn't give out. Okay, now I can get a close.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I'm glad my knee didn't give out.
Because it's almost like he flips over the rope too fast.
Yeah.
Or the timing.
I ain't gonna flex though. The clothesline from hell that Jamie Hayter does, it looks exactly like JBL's.
It does.
Speaking of Hangman, Swerve, he was addressing the crowd. Swerve is in the ring now. Everybody knows their history.
Yeah.
Quick prediction. Even though Hangman is fighting Moxley at All In, early prediction, I still don't have Hangman winning because I told you the person I believe is going to beat Moxley for that title just climbed Mount Everest. So he's on his way back, and that's Darby. And until Moxley loses that, I'm gonna stay on that train. That Darby's
so he finally climbed it.
Yeah,
he climbed it. He finished it. It was like last week.
Because this was like a year ago when he announced that he was leaving to do this.
Yeah, but he had a train. He had a train.
I'm about to say you can't just climb Mount Everest now.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But so Hangman ended up winning with a crazy closing sequence where he ducked from the little elbow from Ospreay, then he hit him with his own clothesline, and then jumped, buckshot lariat, flipped him inside out, 1, 2, 3. So now he's moving on. But all in all, I would give Double or Nothing like 4.5 stars. That was a really good show. One of their better ones.
Time out.
4.5 stars out of what? Out of 10 or 5?
Out of 5.
5.
10 stars. 10 stars.
Nah, it really was. When I looked at all like the recap, it was a good pay-per-view for them.
Well, AEW always delivers on their pay-per-views. The last two have kind of been a little shaky, but they normally hit their pay-per-views out the park, which is why them being as long as they are, people bitch about it, but they don't go super crazy because it's not like they're putting a whole bunch of trash out there.
Well, at least if you think about it, I feel like the main reason why their pay-per-views are so long is because of how many they do a year. Yeah. So they're trying to shove a lot of stuff because, I mean, think about it. We're getting a pay-per-view from WWE every month, whereas you're getting one from AEW, every...
But the difference is
3 months.
Every like 2 to 3 because they it used to be only 4 a year, but they upped it. It's like,
but the difference is that it's maybe 2 or 3 people or groups within AEW that carry their storyline pay-per-view to pay-per-view. Usually, it's a new storyline that's going over to each pay-per-view. WWE carries the storylines throughout all the pay-per-views. That's the only thing that.
We know that WWE is focused on long-term storylines.
Yeah. So, but with this Swerve and Hangman, this is probably like their longest storyline in their 5-year history. So, I give them around. Whoever they got writing this portion is doing good. They just need a better writer.
Well, Tony Khan has said that the writing room has gotten smaller.
Good. That means get wrestlers out of the writing room.
At least active wrestlers.
Yes.
I don't mind if Bryan Danielson's back there.
Like, but you get Chris Jericho out of there for him to do a minute stalling suplex. You know that was his idea. Who thinks of that?
Get him out of there, period.
Bro,
he has taken a break, Jay. So you'll be excited to know if you ever tune in, you won't see Jericho.
First of all, I don't know whether to give credit to Bandino for holding him up that long, or Chris Jericho for shuffling his weight to the right spot to stay stalled like that.
You gotta give it to the older guy.
You gotta give it to the older
guy. One last thing before we move from AEW. Yeah, because this Swerve and Hangman has had so many twists and turns. From breaking into people's homes where their kids stay, to burning down childhood homes, to coming to some kind of understanding.
I'm just saying, this feud looks like the modern day version of Django. Okay, next.
Excuse me? Because you got a white man named Hangman beefing with a black guy?
Oh my God. Okay.
Miss your Hangman.
Okay.
Wow.
So let's move on.
Yeah, let's definitely move on.
Our battleground, NXT or WWE. I forgot they pick and choose when they decide to take NXT off the front of the event. So WWE Battleground. All right. Once again, Jay did not send his predictions for these either. We had hold on. Truth, you said Hangman and Swerve will feud forever. Honestly, they probably will. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with certain feuds lasting forever. They don't have to interact every year, but just know that there's always something there. But anyway, so we had Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs versus the Cullen. And Hank and Tank and Josh Briggs won. Me and JD both predicted that. Stacks beat Tony D with a returning Luca. I thought that Stacks took him out to the desert and killed him, like in Casino.
Mm-hmm.
We both picked that. Now, JD's girl, Sol Ruka, they started off the show. Sol Ruka and Kalani. I picked Kalani and Sol Ruka. I ain't gonna hold on. I gotta. Sol Ruka's the truth, bro.
Like for her, like I think that she probably has the best moveset in WWE right now.
That damn Soul Snatcher is crazy. The way she hits that shit like an RKO out of nowhere.
Yes, from the top rope with a gainer.
And it helps the fact that she's so tall and lean too.
Yeah,
because she can hit from multiple positions.
Hitting it from the top rope is definitely insane. But I will say that it does take a lot on the opponent to help sell it.
Yeah, because they got to walk into it. Yeah. Like the timing and the way that she catches, it has to be on point.
All right.
Otherwise you catching a shoulder.
Yeah.
So we'll do these last two last. All right. So then we had Miles Bourne, aka Randy 2.0 versus Obafemi. I decided to go put it out there, and I was like, let me go ahead and take the young boy. Let me take Miles. But then the ruler beat him.
I told you that it was a test for him.
Mm-hmm.
It was a test for Miles. I felt like he succeeded. You always, something about another Easter egg that WWE does. You know it's going to be a real good match between two people when their attire matches in their opponents.
They do that all the time, though. Like lately, they've been doing that more and more now because we pointed it out with Tiffany and Charlotte. Mm-hmm. Even leading up to WrestleMania, when they were cutting their promos, they were damn near wearing the same outfit.
Yeah,
I don't know. But it started off as an Easter egg, but now it's just starting to get.
But Oba and Miles Bourne, they were wearing the same colors, that black and green.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you knew. I was like, all right, this one actually might be a good one.
And then speaking of Obafemi, so LFG they off to a hot start because now Jasper Troy called out Oba. Jasper Troy won his match last night, and Oba called him out. So, and for those of you that don't know, Jasper Troy was the male winner from the Undertaker's team on LFG.
Hey, that's a big boy.
All right, now
that's a big boy.
All right, let's do. We're gonna start off with Miles Bourne's girlfriend, Stephanie Vacker. Let me give him a round of applause for that too. She beat Jordan Grace.
Yes.
But there is a little more to that because last night she, in a shocker, or maybe not to some people, but everybody pretty much is a shocker. Stephanie Vacker lost her women's NXT championship to JC Jane in the main event of NXT last night.
Yep.
The reason why this is significant is, well, shout out to JC Jane because she's been in NXT for like 6 years. And for her to get this, and for her to be the only one left from Toxic Attraction, because Mandy been gone, Gigi just got cut, and JC's still the only one left, and she's now the NXT Women's Champion. So shout out to her. But it's been rumors that, because people were like, why didn't they just put it on Jordan? Rumors are that Jordan Grace is going to SmackDown and Stephanie is going to Raw.
Yep.
That's what the rumors are. So what do y'all think about really quick?
I believe it.
It's needed.
Could we still have a draft coming up?
We do have a draft coming up, and then you got to think about all the cuts that we had recently from WWE, and we said already that they were kind of cleaning house to make some room for whoever they're bringing up from NXT.
And then you just had to look at the recent injury that just happened with what you call it, Zoe Stark, and then Bianca is still recovering from her hand injury where she broke.
Come back Friday.
Yeah, she broke multiple fingers, but one was she still had a splint on it. And like you said, with everybody that was getting cut, you look at their women's roster, it was kind of like, that shit. Like we're seeing the same four to six women every.
I mean, they were gonna have to dig in the bag a little bit and bring out Natty.
They did. They did. And that's the thing. When you dig in the bag and you bring out Natty was in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. And then she had a backstage segment where she was with Maxine Dupree. Like,
because they're a tag team
Raw.
pretty much.
I don't remember seeing that on Raw.
Yeah. So last week she had a qualifying match. And then this past Monday, she was backstage with Maxine Dupree. So you looking at that, and it's like, oh shit, they done dipped in the damn they done dipped in the throwback bag. And,
I was about to say, it's bad if they dipping in the bag to bring back Natty.
Yeah,
they're also teaming. They're also putting her with Maxine to help Maxine get better.
Mm-hmm.
Maxine's gotten better in the ring, but that's why they're teaming her with Natty as well.
So, and I look at it, and I'm like, bro, I would have cut. And then you got like Ivy Nile that they're doing nothing with.
She might be in the qualifier match next week.
She might, but she's not gonna win it. That's the whole thing. Like, stop putting motherfuckers in there that don't have a chance. Because you
still gotta have bodies. You still gotta have bodies, though.
You do, but stop making it so obvious that we know who's gonna win. Like,
well, there's still women out there that's hurt because Kiana James, they haven't cut her. She's still out there. She's still hurt. Asuka should be on her way back. Kyrie's been back for 2 weeks now.
Right.
Liv just came back from being off for a few weeks to shooting that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean,
we got Roxanne and Julia, so that's an increase.
Yeah.
And then we're having Stephanie and Jordan Grace coming up.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna make their women's division more competitive.
Yeah. Because you can't have, like you said, you can't keep having people need new people to fight.
Right.
Exactly.
So, and then they got to create some kind of tag teams around there.
Yeah. And then this might have been the shock of the night, which honestly, it wasn't a crazy shock to me because I was like, once the TNA championship match was going to be the main event of Battleground, I was like, okay, yeah, he's more than likely going to win. Because why else would you put the TNA championship as the last match? And that is exactly what happened. Trick Williams beat Joe Hendry. Little bit of shenanigans.
Well,
to become the new TNA champion.
This was to me was very strategical. I would have to say that this is very strategical, and it's crazy how you start seeing posts and you start seeing stuff on the internet about how Joe Hendry's contract is about to be up with TNA.
Mm-hmm.
And you start seeing stuff when they're talking about, is he staying with TNA or is he going to sign with WWE? They got this new thing together, but at the end of the day, business is business. And if your contract's up one place, there's nothing that prevents you to go somewhere else. And then he drops the TNA title. And it really makes me think like, yeah, he's definitely coming over to WWE and signing with WWE.
With that pick, Trey, now that I think about it, I don't mean to cut you off, Jay, but with that pick, I don't know why we didn't think about WrestleMania.
Yeah.
The fact that he fought Randy Orton at WrestleMania should have gave us the ovation that he got. Should have gave us the clear indicator that he was dropping that fucking belt.
Well, you got to think about the whole thing in general too, because he was also at the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
So he had his Royal Rumble moment, and then to get a WrestleMania moment, and you're not even a WWE superstar. You're contracted with a whole nother company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And recently, all I've been seeing is, after that stunt that was pulled, WWE is definitely about to shoot their last shot, and they're buying TNA.
So you think that was part of the deal? Hey, listen, we'll let him show up on WrestleMania. We just need to put the TNA title on one of our guys for a little bit. Oof.
And then y'all are going to be under TKO. Because what does that do for their company? That gives them a broader audience. It gives them a broader venue aspect.
Wait, TNA's about to be under TKO?
You think you bought it?
Yeah, there's talks with TKO buying TNA.
Joe Henry's going straight to the main roster. I don't think he's going to NXT. That's
He's
just
been in NXT this whole time.
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much. Since they've done this merger thing, he's pretty much been in NXT. I think when he gets his when his contract's up and he signs, I think he's going to SmackDown. To me, he's a perfect fit for SmackDown.
Now, WWE doesn't need to buy TNA for themselves. TKO can buy TNA. That way they could keep their rights to their name as being called TNA.
I mean, if you think about it, though, doesn't TKO also, they're the ones who brought AAA, right? It wasn't WWE. It was pretty much TKO, the group.
Yes, TKO purchased AAA. But WWE has contractual obligations on doing their pay-per-view event.
Well, that makes sense. I
mean, like AAA
it would probably be the same thing with TNA. You know, it would be under the same contract.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think that TNA could be up for grabs.
Yeah. They were up for grabs for a while. It's just that AEW didn't pull the trigger at that moment they had other aspects, I would say. I'm not going to say that it was an L for them because they sacrificed not purchasing them to get streaming, on Max, to do other big things that was going to potentially give them more views, right? I feel like that TKO purchasing TNA is going to pull them from that Access TV plug and it's going to put them on some kind of mainstream TV channel, TV network. I'm not exactly sure which network it could possibly be. I don't know. I don't know how that contractual thing would be with USA, CW, or anything. You're looking at them. That would be their Thursday show, though.
So who would you say so far, from everything that you've seen, who's done this crossover better? Was it AEW or has it been WWE?
I can't really say right now, because AEW has been thriving off their crossover, even with New Japan and stuff like that. Even though WWE has been slightly pulling over New Japan people, it's been very slow.
Yeah.
Because they just had somebody from New Japan that came to NXT, right, Trey?
Yeah, but it wasn't really a crossover. It was his contract was up with New Japan.
Yeah. I can't remember exactly who it was though.
Yeah.
To me, AEW has been more profitable, in my opinion, with their crossover with New Japan. Whereas this crossover that WWE has, this run that they have with TNA, I think it serves WWE a bigger purpose and it serves TNA a bigger purpose.
Yeah.
From this.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think that TNA, like you said, I think TNA benefited more from being with AEW.
Yeah.
Than AEW benefited from being with TNA. Mm-hmm. And I think NXT benefits more from being at TNA than TNA benefits from NXT. Number one, whenever you have your main champion show up on TNA, that's always a win for TNA. So like if Cody or Cena or Jay showed up or Gunther showed up on TNA, that would be crazy. That would be with stuff that would make people actually tune into TNA. Yeah, the Meta Girls, Cora Jade, Trick running up in there every once in a while. I mean, that's cool.
It's like an even exchange.
I'm not rushing to find TNA for that.
It's an even exchange. But
if you tell me that John Cena's going to show up on TNA, I'm trying to find TNA.
But I will say that this thing with TNA and WWE is almost like 20 years in the making, right?
Yeah.
Because you think about the Ric Flair Christian exchange, and then you think, like, we always said that TNA was like the little brother of WWE, especially when they got Perk Angle and stuff like that.
Don't do that.
And then
did you say Perk?
Yeah, I said Perk Angle because he wasn't Kurt during that time. That bug was on a perk.
Hey, so, I would say TNA Kurt Angle was the best Kurt Angle.
He was by far. By far.
I had this I was thinking about something else. And also the fact that I do love the fact that TNA is working with WWE now, because guess who did the voiceover for the match between Joe Hendry and Trick? Talking about the TNA Championship. Guess who did the voiceover?
Who?
AJ Styles.
Oh, yep,
AJ Styles did the voiceover for the package video.
That's
And
right. That's right.
They could have never. He said Perk Angle was legendary. He was. So this is because as we mentioned, me and JD both got that wrong. We both picked Joe Hendry. So Trick Williams is the new TNA champion. He was called out by Mike Santana. And they're gonna have their match next Tuesday.
Yeah.
For the championship.
So I got a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Is Nick Nemeth, is his contract up, or is he hurt?
No, he's been wrestling. He was just with Kelly Kelly at a event.
He's still in TNA, right?
Yeah.
I'll never go back to WWE. Hey, guess what?
I told you we were going to see him. I told you we was going to.
It's going to happen.
Well, you don't have a choice if they buy TNA, then you don't have.
He ain't got no choice.
He'll be there before they buy it.
Once they got, but I will say Trick has cemented his name in history as a top 5, one of the 5 people to hold the TNA title and the NXT championship. So it was Samoa Joe, Drew McIntyre, him. Damn, I had the other one. Samoa Joe, Drew McIntyre, him, Dolph Ziggler, Nick Nemeth, and then who was the last one? I had just saw that shit. Well, anyway, he's accompanied.
So I'm glad you brought that
TNA championship.
But did he have NXT though?
No, he never won an NXT championship.
Oh, that's right. You said NXT. That's right. You said
yeah.
that.
So let me throw this at you then, because who was I talking to? I forgot who I was talking to. But it was Xandal. I was talking to Xandal about this. This has solidified that Trick Williams has had a better NXT run than Melo, right?
Yes. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Two-time NXT champion, now a TNA champion, won the title from another company.
Melo was a bust, and they went with the bust that they brought up. That's all I'm gonna say.
And Trick wasn't ready. And if Trick was ready. If they had brought Trick up and they brought Melo up, he wouldn't be what he is now. He needed to stay and do what he did.
The last person was Bobby Roode.
That's right, Bobby Roode.
Okay. Bobby Roode.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting about Bobby Roode, man.
And we're not acting like Melo wasn't him in NXT. We saw him in person.
Melo was him in NXT, and then he moved up, and he was no longer him. He was.
Well, Trick hasn't moved up. I'm just talking about just straight NXT.
Melo went to them.
This is college. I'm talking about their college, not their pros. This is college.
And I mean, Melo right now, he's getting groomed by the Miz.
To get his momentum back.
Yeah.
I don't like him.
I don't think
that's just me personally. I don't like him.
They didn't know. I feel like they didn't know what to do with Melo.
First of all, you win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal Rumble, you already know what I'm about to say. Is it safe to say that your career is over?
It's over, yes.
No.
I knew you was going to agree with me, Jay.
Yes.
Because look who's won that championship. Look who's won.
Bobby Lashley.
Mm-hmm. Where is he now?
He went to win the WWE championship after that.
Okay, Bobby Lashley. That's a one-off. That's a one-off. Keep going.
A one-off.
Keep going.
Braun Strowman
released multiple times.
Also tore every ligament in his body, but he won the Universal Championship after that.
Yeah, Universal.
Notice everybody I'm saying won a championship.
I get that. They won championships, but they won
big dudes too.
Right. Okay. Next.
Did Matt Hardy win it? I think Matt Hardy won it.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he did.
Wasn't it Jimmy? Or was it Jay?
Yeah, Jimmy. I know Cesaro won it. I think Cesaro was the first one.
I know they competed, but it was also Happy Baron Corbin.
Oh yeah.
But hold on.
There we go. Truth said it. Truth said it. Truth said it. Okay, I'm not gonna say the career is over, but Truth said it. Damn it, Trey. I clicked.
My bad. I didn't know you was doing that.
Andre the Giant winners have one push, and that's it.
And it's not even a good push. It's kind of like, here you go. We're just gonna give it to you.
They get the second tier title. They don't get the main title.
Bobby Lashley got the main title.
I said Bobby Lashley is a one-off. Bobby Lashley won that jump like when it was relevant.
Okay, Matt Hardy did win it. Jey Uso did win it. Bronson Reed won it.
Okay, Bronson Reed, he's still like fresh. So I'm gonna give him a shot.
And Jey Uso just got his title run.
Yeah.
So
I mean, these are some of the biggest names in the company.
They are. But
Mojo Rawley won it, Big Show won it,
Mojo.
Madcap Moss.
Madcap.
Bobby Lashley, then Bronson Reed, then Mello.
Well, hopefully he follows suit with Bronson Reed.
Speaking of Bronson Reed, can y'all please go ahead and I know I've been wanting to rub this one in. Thank you. I appreciate you bringing that up because I've been wanting to rub this one in for so long because I said it and I said it and I said it and y'all kept saying no.
Hold on, who said no? Jay, you always like to say somebody said no. Yeah, they didn't agree.
And in my video, when I reacted to it, I said that Bronson Reed was a dark horse.
No, you didn't. Oh my God! You know what?
You don't watch our episodes.
You know what? First of all, the episode that y'all recorded when I wasn't here, I was drinking. But I will say this, okay?
I said it prior to that.
When the last time I was here and we talked about who this fourth member could have been, I said Bronson Reed, and not one of y'all agreed with me. I remember that.
He was a dark horse.
Nah,
you might have been drinking that day too.
I clearly remember saying that would not be a bad choice.
And if I didn't agree with it, I probably said I wouldn't be mad at it. I don't think I shut it down.
You shut it down. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna find the clip.
I believe that. I don't believe that.
You gotta clip it.
I'm gonna clip it and I'm gonna post it on Instagram.
You gotta clip it.
I'm gonna clip it and I'm gonna post it on IG.
You gotta clip it.
Playing sarcasm. I don't know how to take this comment from you. I don't know how to take this comment.
He said he is a dark horse. That isn't agreeing though.
Well, he's on your side, Jay.
But I will say, Jay,
I just said I wouldn't be mad at it. I didn't.
You called it.
Disagree.
And give you props for calling that. And you thought about the long-term storytelling when he took out Seth Rollins when he was trying to catapult his career. Perfect. Paul Heyman acknowledged that Monday. He said it, and it was just like, wow, he's right.
At first, I wasn't on board with it because when I first initially said it, remember my statement was, I feel like it would be too AOP-ish, right?
You did say that.
Yes, you did say that. So I don't want to hear it, bro.
No.
He did say that.
I said, I know what I said. I know what I said. But at the same time, I still came back and I still said, but I can still see Bronson Reed being the one that be the
trolling.
Jay, what you do? You listen to one of his songs? You bought him a new guitar or some shit like that? Like, what's going on? You bought some merch? Okay, because I'm trying to figure out where all this glaze is coming from. He done gave you a whole fucking new name, OTR Messiah. I promise you, if you use that shit, I'm not coming on here next week.
I'm using it.
He done gave you a whole fucking new name.
I'm definitely using it.
So hold on. So we're playing sarcasm. Where the fuck was you at during WrestleMania when the John Cena prediction came up and my ass was politically correct with that shit? Like,
oh my God.
You know what? It's okay. It's okay. I see where the hate is. Continue, please. Glazed donuts galore. I am not lying. God, dog. Okay, that's my rant for the night. Shit.
Glazed donuts galore. Shit.
I don't remember seeing that live on no fucking podcast though. Shit, you just made it publicly for 100 and something thousand, 100 something viewers to see.
It's all right. Listen, plain sarcasm, I appreciate it. These are a bunch of haters up here.
I'm not hating.
Your OTR, your OTR Messiah
Trey,
was right.
Trey, I'm just saying the fucking part-timer gets all the glory.
Your OTR Messiah has spoken. Okay.
Well, I guess when you're the Messiah, you can just pop on whenever you want and just make bold predictions.
So when Jay enters the live stream now, you got to sing Seth Rollins music. That shit has to play now. That shit has to play now.
And CM Punk will say, "You're just a song."
All right, I'm done.
All right. Well, speaking of, since Jay wants to go on this rant, his old name, this rant about Bronson Reed, let's talk about it. So, Saturday night's main event, Seth and Bronson Reed did win, and it was because of the help of the aforementioned Bronson Reed.
You mean Braun Breaker? Seth and Braun Breaker?
I said Braun.
No, you said Bronson Reed though.
You said Seth and Bronson Reed.
Yeah, you said
whatever. They're a team. They won.
Yeah, Braun and Bronson.
So Braun Breaker and Seth, they won.
Trey,
with the help of Bronson Reed.
Now you remember? I know you probably remember. You remember a long time ago? I mentioned, wouldn't this shit be crazy if it was Braun, Bronson, and Braun as a team?
Yeah.
Like Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and Braun Strowman.
Yeah, I don't know if I could mentally handle that.
Yeah, not with Braun Strowman, but I fuss with the Bronson and Braun Breaker.
Yeah, Seth's got a bunch of goons around him.
Yeah,
but before we get into that story, let's go with the rest of the results because this all ties into other stuff. Let's go ahead and. I was only wrong on one match in this, and it was the Drew McIntyre Damian Priest. Drew McIntyre lost. It was a weird way that match ended with Priest just walking out of the cell.
I loved it.
But apparently Drew is taking time off. That's why he got concertoed, and that's why Priest won like that. It was so weird. I don't know. It was just weird the way he just walked out the ring.
Really, they're saying that Drew McIntyre has had one hell of a career when he was a face. Me personally, I loved him as a heel.
Yeah,
right.
I like him as a heel, especially this version.
Way better as a
but
heel.
They said that he was a great face, so he's been written off and taking a hiatus, and is supposed to be coming back as a face.
So here's the only problem with that. Okay, if they bring Drew McIntyre back as a face, technically, I would be okay with that if they're going to give him his title run. Right. Because we all give Drew his credit. He held down the Thunderdome.
Mm-hmm.
He deserves a legit title run outside of the Thunderdome. So I would be all for him coming back and getting that title run as a face.
Right.
All right. So,
but if they do the same shit that they do with him now, then there's no point.
There's no point.
There's no point.
We're gonna do this match first because it leads into the next one. R-Truth versus Ron Cena versus John Cena. R-Truth. So.
What did I say last podcast, Trey?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
About this particular match?
Yes.
That he was going to do all his shit?
I said, wouldn't it be fucking crazy and hilarious if R-Truth comes out in John Cena gear?
Oh, you did.
Does his entrance.
So he did his whole move.
He did the whole entrance.
So I knew he was going. Something told me he was going to come out in John Cena's gear.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that he was going to come out in John Cena's music as well as do all of John Cena's movesets. Yes. I have to give it to Truth. I mean, we all knew at the end of the day that Cena was going to win this match.
Right.
But for Truth to be where he's at in his career.
Thank you playing sarcasm. I appreciate that.
I give
Oh
truth
my
props.
God.
It was a very entertaining match that for a Saturday night main event.
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about. Like
It served its purpose.
I'm good with that. It served its purpose. I'm good with
So it's a lot of things happening in this podcast right now. Number one,
yes, the glaze is real. Okay, we're at Krispy Kreme right now.
No, but also, I think this might be the first Saturday night main event where Jay has to come on here and just shit all over it.
Whoa, wait! I haven't finished yet.
It don't matter. We 2 matches into a 4 match. We've already discussed 3. It was only 4 matches.
Say, okay, all right. You know what? Since you brought it up, because I was going to bring it up, this was actually a decent Saturday night main event.
The only thing that killed it for me was the commercials. That was it.
I would say that. The rest of them have been ass. We all agree on that. There really hasn't been a good one. This was probably.
I feel like you had a specific.
It's what, Jay?
They've been ass.
No. You said this one was actually what?
This was actually the decent one. Like there hasn't really been one that has as decent as this one. I can tolerate this Saturday night main event.
I can appreciate this from you, Jay. I'm not about to glaze right now, but I can appreciate this. The fact that you do have the ability to change your opinion, I do appreciate that.
I'm open-minded. I'm not one-sided like you, being a Chris Jericho fan who thinks that he's the greatest thing in the world. You know.
That's how I know that you don't know me. I hated Chris Jericho my whole life. I just liked him in AEW because I thought he was funny. But yeah, so John Cena wins the match. That's going to lead into our next match. Not Gunther. Jay versus Logan. Mm-hmm. What happened at the end? Mm-hmm. John Cena runs in to try to help Logan. And then if y'all want to say what else happens, go ahead.
This is the one.
Yeah. Go ahead. Speak on it. No, please speak on it because I'm feeling the same way.
So to me, this was the one match to me that was good. Mm-hmm. It was a good match. Mm-hmm. Logan Paul was putting on a good match. Jey Uso was putting on a good match, right? This was a really good match. I understand the reason why Cena came out and did what he did based off of the promo that he cut in the back with Jey Uso. It makes sense. It even makes sense for the return with Cody Rhodes and everything like that because we haven't seen him since he lost for WrestleMania. I just hate that it ruined the match. I wanted to see the outcome. I'm just saying that I want to see the ending, and I feel like the way that they ended it gives Logan Paul room for another title match.
It does. It does.
And that's the reason why they did that.
What's wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not like I said, I'm okay with it, but at the same time, I'm kind of annoyed with it. Like I'm okay. 50-50.
So I'm okay with this if he gets into the Money in the Bank ladder match.
If who? Logan?
Mm-hmm.
Watch he end up winning it. Watch he end up being a winner.
Trey said it.
Yeah.
Trey
That's documented.
Trey said it.
I'm not disagreeing with you because I said that.
I got two. It's either if it's the winner if it's from Raw is Logan, if it's SmackDown is Melo. But if I have to pick one person, I'm gonna go Logan.
Yeah.
Based off of how this ended, I could see Logan winning it. So I'm with you on Logan.
Yep. Well,
okay.
This possibly will be the one time that he does double duty because he has the match. They have a tag team match.
That's Logan the only thing I forgot. Yeah, they have a tag match that night.
Logan Paul and John Cena versus Jey Uso and Cody. So,
but I just want y'all to hear me out. I just want
it might start the show. Well,
because
the women's Money in the Bank is probably going to start the show because they always start with the women's big match, and then they'll probably
it's got to come with some type of crazy scenario, okay? And let's just say Logan Paul does pull double duty and he does get to the Money in the Bank and he does win the Money in the Bank.
And another
is it
one.
Me, or is it so obvious that Jey Uso would be the one that he would cash in on that I really think that it would be John Cena that he would try to cash in on?
And another one.
I'm just saying. Could you see it? Could you see it? Who better to put over Logan Paul than John Cena?
And we said somebody new. A long time ago, we said somebody new. We said somebody young. We said somebody fresh. Logan Paul, 5 years, that's still kind of new.
Because I've been analyzing this John Cena title run. And remember, we've talked about it. Like, is John Cena going to hold on to the title all the way up until he retires?
Yeah.
I don't think so anymore. I think before John Cena retires, John Cena goes back to face. And I feel like when he goes back to face, it's going to be he has to drop that title first. So I think John Cena is going to be dropping the title in the next few months.
I mean, John Cena's last appearance is at your worst semi-PLE live TV thing, which is Saturday Night Main Event.
Yeah, but it's in his hometown.
Right. What better else to do it than a cash-in on his hometown at a Saturday Night Main Event? Would that make it the best Saturday Night Main Event?
I would accept it. I would accept that.
John Cena getting cashed in on? Hell yeah.
At a Saturday Night Main Event, though.
That would be crazy.
Live TV cash in for the championship?
So I put the title of this episode, The New Death Row, ? And it's talking about Seth, Double B, B Squared, and Paul Heyman. I'm assuming Paul Heyman would be Suge.
Really? Because I would think that Seth Rollins was Suge and Paul Heyman be more Dr. Dre.
Well, Paul Heyman's he's the manager, and Suge ain't rap.
I get that, but if you think about power,
look at the placement of the. I gotta look at the original poster because was Suge on the top or? Oh no.
So you got Braun Breaker as Braun Breaker would be what, Tupac?
I would say Tupac.
And then Bronson Reed would be Snoop. Seth Rollins would be Dr. Dre.
I don't think so. I put Seth Rollins more as Suge.
So this is how the picture looks, and this is how they have it. So if you look at this, this would make Paul Heyman would be Suge, Seth would be Dre, and then, like I said, one of the other two would be Pac and Snoop.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
But anyway, how'd you feel about them coming out looking like Secret Service with the shades and the suits?
I didn't like it.
Why? Explain yourself.
Because it's so cliche, man. Every time you get one of these bad boy groups, they all come out in the fancy suit. I don't know. I'm good on
it. Because Cody is the only one that has made wearing a suit a face thing. Normally, whenever you wear a suit, you're a bad guy.
True. Like Evolution. So
yeah. Seth is Cody is the only one that made a suit looking like an actual professional. He's the only one that's made it a good thing.
They just look like
they look like every other bad group that's been out there. That's all I'm saying.
It's a good contrast though, because Seth dresses so flamboyantly and they're in these plain ass black suits.
No, it gets it, and so I mean it's pretty much saying that they're his lackeys. Like Paul Heyman pretty much put it out there that the ultimate goal is for Seth Rollins to get the championship.
Right? Squad.
It said Braun Breaker, he's not focused on getting the championship. At least not Jey Uso's championship. Seth Rollins is. Bronson Reed, don't know. Maybe they will. I don't want to see them get the tag team championships, but that's probably what they're gonna get. I don't like the whole Men in Black look. I feel like we got that with the whole bloodline stuff. Playing sarcasm, you asked if their group, if they had a name for their group yet. No, they're probably going to be called the Revolutionaries. I don't know.
I heard somebody say they called the Vision.
Actually, that one, it's plain, but it fits. It's plain, but it fits. But I don't know.
All right, what's up, Jesse? He said, "Yo, guys, glad I'm able to tap in. Much love from the Ringside Renaissance podcast."
Hey, shout out to the Ringside Renaissance podcast. Shout out.
My question, real quick, is: do you think there's another member, or do you think they're done?
Yes, I do think there is another member.
I think there's one more.
Yeah, I still want it to be. I still wish they had Becky to have a female presence. Yeah. We still might get that. The Vision, Division. Okay.
All right. Now you trolling.
All right. So y'all want to move to the we can go to the main event of Monday Night Raw, because that was Sammy, who was confronted by Karrion Kross again. And then some people saying it was foreshadowing because Scarlett was standing on a ladder. So some say it was foreshadowing that Karrion Kross could end up being the Raw guy going into Money in the Bank.
He needs it, man. I feel like he deserves that push. But
anyway. Oh, also, I was gonna say this for the quick hit segment, but I'm not. In the background, you saw the New Day talking to Grayson Waller for the second week in a row, which is another reason why I kind of my Austin Theory went out the window. He's clearly going to be a face.
Yeah,
he's clearly going to be a face. He's already getting face pops anyway. But anyway, he was talking to Sammy, saying that Sammy's never going to win nothing. So still trying to get that killer instinct out of Sammy. It looks like it's working on AJ Styles because he knocked out Chad Gable. But so we had Sammy versus Finn, and we're going to talk about Finn here in a second, and Seth Rollins. Going into this match, I was thinking it's either going to be, I thought it was either going to be Finn or Sammy that won it, because I just felt like something was going to happen where Seth wasn't going to win it. And he had to find another path to the championship. But match is going on, whatever. Sammy is about to win after he hits the haluva kick. And then he gets pulled out by the Goon Squad. Then here comes Jey Uso. So they start fighting.
Super kick galore.
Dom runs in, and this ties into what happened earlier in the night. Dom comes in, does his infamous chair throw. Of course, not directly to the person that it needs to go to. And then Seth hits a curb stomp on Finn, and he wins, and he's going to Money in the Bank.
Did you catch what Dom said?
Seth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, I need to just hurry up and just break them up. I'm over it.
It's coming. We're not there yet.
This is one of those long-term storytelling ones that I need them to wrap it up.
Like Trey has already pointed out, it's probably going to happen at SummerSlam, because that's when Judgment Day members get screwed over. It's like a tradition now, so most likely it's going to be at SummerSlam. I just need to hurry up and happen. I'm over it.
We were told the whole night, and I believed it, that CM Punk was not going to be there because after that tsunami he took on Saturday. But lo and behold, while Seth is celebrating, CM Punk's music hits. The Goon Squad tries to go get him. He comes in, sneaks in behind Seth. Boom. Curb stomp. There we go. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Jesse says, Cross winning Money in the Bank and cashing in. Then Sammy wins the Rumble in Saudi Arabia and beats Cross for the title at Mania. Foreshadowing Cross telling Sammy he will never win. Ooh.
I can 100% see that happening.
I am not mad at that.
Because we've already talked about it several times, this damn long-term storytelling that WWE does.
Come on, Jesse.
So this actually ties into a subscriber question that we received. I'll give credit in a second. But the question was, when does Roman come back? And the rumors have been that Roman is coming back at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, but so I also saw Roman the rumors are that he's not coming back by himself, though.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's probably going to have. Basically, he's going to come with his own version of the Shield.
Yeah.
But do we see him doing that, coming back and screwing Seth out of Money in the Bank? That would be how Cross could win it.
I think he's definitely screwing Seth out of Money in the Bank. Seth is not winning Money in the Bank due to an interference by either Sammy, CM Punk, or Roman. Like one of those three guys is taking out Seth. I've already ruled out Seth. He's not. That's not how he's getting his title anytime soon, right?
So yeah, because what's going to end up happening is we're going to get a Survivor Series match. And shout out, I first heard it. It was on TikTok. His name is YT_TO Sales. He said it will be at Survivor Series War Games. It will be Seth's group with John Cena and Logan Paul versus Roman, CM Punk, Sammy, Jay, and Cody.
I mean,
Roman and CM Punk working together again is crazy, but it makes sense.
It does.
It's a possibility.
I honestly don't think Roman's coming by himself yet. I mean, is coming with a group. I think he's coming by himself.
It's so obvious for him to come by himself instead of just showing up with a group would be insane. That would be
we want that to happen, but the whole story that they're playing with him now is that he's been betrayed by everyone. So now he's the Lone Ranger and he has to handle everything by himself.
What if now all his showed up first?
Who? Oh yeah,
Roman's group members show up first because when the Goon Squad tries to interfere, his Roman's people, you're like, who is this? Who is this? And then Roman's music hits.
Yeah, that would be dope. That
if
would
he
be
showed
very
up
fantastic.
with a group. If he was showed up with a group, I would be hyped as fuck because that shit would be crazy.
Yeah,
but I really like this Karrion Kross take. I
do too.
Because honestly, I want Melo to win it if Logan's not going to be in there. And it's looking like Logan's not going to be in there. But I do believe that the winner of it is going to come from the Raw brand, which is why I said Logan. I don't know what y'all think. Because we were talking about, because the next topic was Money in the Bank qualifiers. Because there's still 2 spots left for the women, and I think 2 for the men still.
3.
Who's in it for the men?
For the men, it's Solo Sikoa. It might be 4.
Match.
It might be 4. Solo Sikoa
qualifying match. He ain't made it in there yet.
Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, Seth Rollins. I think that's it.
That's it so far.
Yeah, that's it. Because Jacob has his qualifying match tomorrow on Friday, and then they still have 2 more spots, I believe. Yeah.
Okay, so Penta.
So it is
Solo. It's Solo, LA Knight, Penta, and Seth. So it's 2 spots left for the men. For the women, it's Alexa Bliss, Roxanne, Rhea, and Julia.
Okay.
All right.
Julia.
So moving into the women's Money in the Bank qualifiers, if they really want to get messy, even though Liv lost to Kyrie, they'll find a way to get Liv in this match because you would have Rhea and you would have Roxanne in there.
She is like she has her qualifying match next week.
I'm saying that means that she needs to win it.
Yeah.
And for SmackDown, it's got to be Naomi.
Has to.
Well, her qualifying match is going to be with Jade and probably somebody else in a triple threat match. So
it is with Jade.
Yeah. If Jade, listen, I'm gonna tell you, I've been saying this already. If Jade wins that match and gets into the Money in the Bank, my pick is Jade. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, man. Shout out to my sisters. A black woman is winning that Money in the Bank. It's either gonna be Jade or Naomi.
yeah, pretty much. That's what I'm going with. I'm going with Jade and Naomi.
Do you see? Even though she's coming Friday, could there be an instance where Naomi helps one of them? I mean, Bianca helps one of them win?
if she did it, she would.
Or she stops one of them from winning.
I could see her helping Naomi win Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could see her doing that too.
Yeah,
but I will say the women's Money in the Bank is a lot more up in the air as far as I think who could win it.
Yeah,
because on last Friday you had Tiffany Stratton call Alexa Bliss and Charlotte vintage, pretty much calling them old. So
right.
Alexa has that, so she could cash in on Tiffany.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Roxanne and Liv will cancel each other out in that match.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a strong possibility that Rhea could win it though. Especially because they keep teasing her and Io again in a one-on-one match.
Yeah.
Julia's not going to win it. It's too soon. She's just there for fanfare.
Yeah. I agree with that.
And then Naomi is a separate possibility, or Jade, one of them, because Jade and Tiffany been going back and forth for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. Honestly,
so it's a lot more open in the women's Money in the Bank.
Honestly, it is, but it almost is like who can feud with Tiffany the same way that they could feud with Kari. Yeah, Io. And I only see Rhea, honestly. And Liv, Io and Liv. I mean Rhea and Liv. That's it.
Yeah.
To me, I don't see Naomi having an interaction with Io. I don't see Jade really having an interaction with Well, yeah, Jade maybe because of the whole
Alexa
damage
Bliss
curl.
get a qualifier match?
Yeah, she's in it.
She's in it.
She's in it already. She beat Chelsea and Michin.
She's like the dark horse of that match.
Always a dark horse. If Alexa Bliss is in there, she's a dark horse.
She's already won it before.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And she cashed it on Nia Jax. One match we forgot to mention. I just thought of it because of Chelsea. Okay. I love Zelina Vega. I love Chelsea Green. That match with that botched ass 619 that exploded Chelsea's nose.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
She didn't look like she hit her that hard.
No,
she didn't. She just caught her at the right angle. That's all it was.
Yeah.
It was
and that match wasn't even like on the card. It was a throw-in match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a throw-in match.
See, this is the problem that I have when it. You know what? I'm gonna keep my comment to myself because I like
AEW has a group in the ring right now called the Frat House. Who the hell is this?
I like Zelina Vega, but at the same time, Zelina Vega is not a high flyer, and I don't understand why they're allowing her to take the
because she's so little
moveset.
Right?
Because she's so little. That's why.
But she needs to go back. She needs to go back and she needs to work on it.
She does.
She should be like Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
She should wrestle like that.
Yeah. Because the whole lucha thing is not.
It's not working.
She was in LWO though.
She was, but and she was trained by Ray, but is like, I don't know.
You can tell whenever she goes to do certain moves, she's just the confidence isn't there. And you can see the second guessing, and that's what leads to because I saw the hesitation when she was going to go hit that 619, and then that's when she botched it, and then blast old girl in the nose. I mean, it's the slight hesitation. You could just tell that she's not comfortable with.
I mean, her husband's there. Why doesn't she have her like something close to her husband's moveset?
I don't know.
You want her to hit somebody with a black mask?
Hell yeah, why not? That'd be a mean roundhouse kick with her being so little because her leg has to go up.
So let's do a couple quick hits before we get out of here. Judgment Day. Give me something real quick on the Judgment Day.
Next.
Messy.
Liv
came back.
Messy.
Roxanne looked like she was trying to give Dom a shoulder rub.
Listen, Dom is the Judgment Day.
He really is.
Dom ever goes away, and Judgment Day is officially 100% all the way done.
Honestly, Dom and Carlito, their interaction make the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
I think, JD, did I say this last week? I think I said that Raquel was going to turn on Liv.
You either said that last. Yeah, I think you did say that last week or through text or something like that.
Not while they're holding the titles.
No. He said after they drop it.
Yeah, that'll be after they drop them.
And I think Roxanne probably gonna be the reason why they dropped them.
I think so
and then
too.
Raquel and Roxanne could attack Liv.
I mean, they already foreshadowed it because she came out there to help Liv, but
Yeah.
it was some. Oh, my coworker said that because Liv is gonna start blaming Raquel for every loss, every L that she takes, and so that's when Raquel is gonna get on Finn's side of thinking and stuff like that. And actually,
some say she's already on Finn's side.
They would actually say that it could. He also said that it could be a possibility that Liv, Raquel, and Dom could venture off.
Yeah,
not Raquel. Liv,
Roxanne,
and Dom could venture off.
They ain't gonna do that because that's gonna create a whole nother love story.
Why not? Come on, Dom gonna have two hoes. Two hoe Dom. He really gonna be dirty Dom.
Well, because the rumors are that Dom and Liv are headed for a tweener/face turn. So
could be. Yeah, I think she's gonna get the IC title though.
Yeah, because matter of fact, Plain Sarcasm asked a subscriber question. What do you think? How do you think? How would you book Dom's IC run? And I said him and Liv becoming double champs is number one.
Yeah,
because Dom's not going to drop that title for a while.
But I need him to start fighting more people though, because now we're about to just get into storylines with him not competing.
No, I think what's going to happen is he might start competing, but it's going to be in non-title matches, and that's where you start seeing the fuckery from Finn.
Yeah.
So I put this in the chat. Randy Orton's title reigns and how long they've been. The longest one he had was like 200 something days.
It has.
And the shortest one was 11 minutes.
Yeah.
So the shortest one was when he cashed. I think it was when he cashed in on John Cena, and then John Cena turned around, or was it Edge? There was one where somebody cashed in the Money in the Bank on John Cena, and then John Cena turned around and beat them back for the title. I think it was like the next day or something like that. And I can't remember if that was Edge or Randy Orton.
So let me just run through the number, the amount. So in the 14 reigns, he's had an 11-minute title reign, 2 28-day title reigns, a 21-day title reign, 22 days, 35, 42, 49, 64, 100. Oh, I'm sorry, a 90-day one, 161, and a 203-day one.
So I know for sure that a lot of those shorter title reigns was when he was feuding with John Cena. Remember, they were going back and forth. They were doing with Charlotte and Mercedes
Sasha.
did. Sasha did back in the day when they were trading titles back and forth. I remember they had that little stint where they were going back and forth with the title.
So it occurred when John Cena, the then champion, was forced to vacate the title due to an injury, and Vince McMahon awarded the title to Orton. And then the title was quickly lost to Orton lost the title to Kane.
That's when he cashed in the Money in the Bank.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
well,
I still think Orton's getting one more. I still think he's getting one more.
Oh yeah, me too.
And the fact that Randy Orton has had that many just goes to show you that people are obsessed with people dropping titles. Just because you hold a title for a month doesn't mean that you won't get it back multiple times.
Yeah. I actually wanted to applaud NXT for they didn't give Stephanie Vacour a long title reign. And
77 days.
I appreciate that, man. Not every championship needs a long title reign.
Yeah, I said
if they don't,
she already vacated one title, she didn't have to vacate another one.
If they don't hurry up and get these IC and US championships off certain people, Jacob, I'm cool with, right? He fights. We see him all the time. But if they don't get these IC titles and US titles off, especially with the women, get them off. Move it to somebody else.
Yeah, they put them on the women and then they do nothing with them.
Even the tag team championship for women.
Dom's title is involved in a long-term story with Finn. That's why he's not gonna lose his.
But even the tag team titles, bro. Like I don't want to see Liv and Raquel hold them shits forever, and they're
then
not
let's
even
be honest,
fighting
as
nobody.
much as I like Jey Uso, I don't see him holding the title for too much longer.
No, he's losing it at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
So, we did the question about when does Roman come back. That comes from our subscriber Mike, and then he had one more question for us, and he said, "Which black tag team do you think will lose their titles first?" So, black tag teams, we have the New Day, we have the Street Profits, and if you want to add AEW, we have the Hurt Syndicate.
New Day.
They just defended the titles in a 3-way tag match.
I still think that the New Day is going to lose theirs first before the Street Profits.
Nah, Street Profits.
To who?
Huh?
To who? Who do you think they're gonna lose it to?
The
Profits. Fraxium?
No. They're gonna lose it. The Wyatt Six.
Okay. Do you think that was just a one-off because it was Bray's birthday, or do you think they're now going to start getting involved in storylines?
They're going to start getting involved, but that was definitely a one-off because it was Bray's birthday.
Okay.
But I think that was like their reintroduction. You get what I'm saying? Everybody's healthy. The two people that are going to be in the tag team are healthy now. They're fit. Like Dexter Lumis, he's in great shape.
And Rowan?
No, Rowan's not going to be the tag team partner. It's going to be Joe Gacy. Yeah, Joe Gacy's going. Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis are going after those tag team titles.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah. And then I think Howdy, he might go after the U.S. Championship. Oh no! He's going to fight John Cena.
Didn't you bring that up last episode?
He's fighting John Cena.
Well, you got to think about John Cena's retirement tour, and it's his greatest hits. So I mean,
the match with R-Truth proved it.
He did have that match with
Bray.
Bray.
Yep.
So
where he was erased from wrestling history.
Yep. Jay always laughs at that.
Because he's serious. He's so serious about this.
I saw it. I saw him evaporate from the ring. I didn't make this up. I saw it. But yeah, it makes sense because he fought. They say that he's picking his opponents. So he's teaming with Logan now. He's been on Logan's podcast. They cool. He loves R-Truth. Had the match with R-Truth. I'm pretty sure he's going to get into the ring with the Miz at some point.
Oh yes, at some point it's definitely going to be the Miz.
Has to.
Yeah. Probably a non-title match.
You know what I wouldn't mind seeing? I don't think it's gonna happen, but man, I would love for Wade Barrett to come out of retirement and do one more match with John Cena.
Oh yeah. Or at least get involved with him somehow.
That could be his Saturday night main event match.
Yeah, just something. I mean, come on. If Pat McAfee could take all those damn chops from Gunther, Wade Barrett, you could take another. You could take a bump or two.
Yeah, you could take a attitude adjustment.
Oh, the Toxic Spider, whoever this is from New Japan, just tagged Jamie Hayter. John Cena is still trapped in a Firefly Funhouse. I'm telling you.
Okay. On that note,
y'all got anything else before we get out of here?
Nope.
This should be our new outro song.
Nope. Yep.
Y'all gonna sign out?
All right, guys. Hey, great episode, Jay. Glad to have you back. Even though you got glazed like a full doggone dozen of Krispy Kreme donuts, it's
he
all
ain't minded
good
at all. That's the crazy part.
You know, I got a little half dozen, but it's all good.
As long as they hot and ready, I'm good.
Oh my god.
Okay. But
we clipping that.
Hey, I just wanted to say a shout out to everyone who made the chat real live today, man. We appreciate y'all. Keep going, chat. Hope to see y'all next Wednesday. And you have been listening to Over the Ropes Wrestling Podcast, the Triumphant Trio, starting with OTR Mic Drop, aka Wednesday Night Mic Drop.
Hey, this your boy Jay, aka Rant Jay, aka Part-Time Jay. Sooner or later, I'll be back to full-time Jay. and then your new OTR Messiah, boy.
God, this is about to be a thing now.
It's
Okay.
happening. Oh, it's happening. It's happening.
I know we about to have Oracle versus Messiah. Oh my lord!
All right, y'all. This thing. This is your
Trey's
man,
about to change his name to OTR Visionary.
Oh, this is your man Trey, aka OTR Trey,
God
aka
dog.
Treyway. This has been episode 152. Again, thank you to everybody that's been tuning in to our videos. We are at 136 subscribers. So the view counts on the videos have been going up. Our subscribers have been going up. We've been getting some additional followers on Instagram. So make sure y'all check out our Twitch. Make sure y'all check out YouTube, especially our Instagram. We are live on there right now. Spotify, when I'll put this episode up there tomorrow. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night.
Peace
OTR
out. See y'all next week.
Peace.